All right, here's my Marconi BH-30 amplifier. Since you've last seen it, I did a couple things to it. I removed this inductor out of the tank circuit. This is inductor 203. I took it out and cleaned it all. It used to be very tarnished, and completely cleaned it up. To remove it, you have to take out all these screws and the side panel here, and it comes out of the side panel, but you have to lift all of these, I think they're called E.F. Johnson clips. Had to take each one out, had to take video to see where to put them back. And when I had it apart, I took the Teflon sleeves and I cleaned all the leads going to the, or all the taps going to the inductor. I also lifted switch, this is the wafer switch 901. Took it out so that I was able to lift the two capacitors out. This is 250 and 251, or I have them backwards, I don't know. I took it out, so I took this out and flipped it up because I had lifted a wire in the front of one of the motors by mistake while trying to install new pilot lamps. But I got the pilot lamps installed, and these are 12-volt pilot lamps. I put two yellows and a green here, a red transmit, and down here I changed these. I think this was yellow and that was red or something like that. I changed it to a blue and a red. These are 120-volt pilot lamps. Had a hard time finding the pilot lamps that would fit, but it did fit. But when you have the pilot lamps in, there's not enough clearance to lift this motorized unit that's on beneath this panel out. So this had to come up, this switch had to come up a couple inches so that I could flip the capacitors on its side so I could see the motors again. And when I had that out, I cleaned the bottom. You can actually see it now shines underneath the inductor and all that stuff. Cleaned up some of this metal here going to the parasitic suppressors, and made sure that there was no debris anywhere in here. So that was good, and then you can actually see there's a bit of a shine on the front of the amplifier. I still have some residue here for some tape. So for you guys just joining me, I have run this up already. I do have, I am getting 1,000 watts out of it. And as soon as I had that running, I immediately decided I have to take it apart and clean it all up, put it back together. So that's where I'm at right now. I did take the opportunity to label some things here, so now I can see where each of the bands correspond to various taps in various positions. And I did, as I went through taking it apart and trying to figure out what connected to what, I did label some of the items here. So I'm going to turn it on right now. I'm just going to press pause, and when you come back, it will have this running. I think I can press pause here.